So welcome back to another episode of My Player, guys. This is episode number 9, and we're starting today's episode off with a look at our objective sets for the upcoming 4 games. So far, every single time we've been sent an objective set, we've matched it. So here's hoping over the next 4 games we'll match the objective set by Sean Dyche. And we do take on Aston Villa for the first game of today's episode. Here is a travel to take us on at Turf Moor, and of course in the last episode, in the last game, we were selected for England and made our England debut against Bulgaria. I got an assist in a 2-0 victory for Adam Lallana's goal, so I was very pleased about that. But back to club now, back to club duties with Burnley at Turf Moor. We've made a pretty impressive start to the season for a newly promoted side, so coming into this game I was feeling quite confident, and the first chance would fall to us after some nice passing. George Boyd was released, but Brad Guzan made a very good save, and then we couldn't turn in a rebound either as the American goalkeeper pounced on the ball. So still goalless in this game, and in the second half, directly after kickoff, Fabian Delph is on the ball for Aston Villa and finds Gabby Agbonlahor. Agbonlahor takes it around his man and eventually plays out wide towards Ashley Westwood. Westwood strikes it, but Matt Gilks is equal to the shot and turns it behind for a corner. So still goalless in this game, and just past the hour mark with the score still at 0-0. Gabby Agbonlahor crosses the ball in. Christian Benteke wins the header. It comes to Weimann, and it's a bit of a howler from Matt Gilks, and unfortunately for us, the Austrian striker Andreas Weimann makes it Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1. So bit of a howler by Matt Gilks there, in all honesty. The goalkeeper dived onto the ball but seemed to let the ball just slip out of his gloves and fell straight back to Weimann, and Weimann had a tap in into the open goal. So a very frustrating goal to concede there as Benteke flicked it down and Weimann didn't really make contact. I thought the danger was going to be cleared, but after Gilks fumbled the ball, it came straight to Weimann and he couldn't miss. And that was the final score as well. Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1. So sadly for us, we do lose on our return from England duty. So Roy Hodgson must have thought that we were definitely going to be following up that England performance with another good one, but to be honest, I didn't really play too well. I wasn't bad, but I didn't really get into the game as much as I would have liked, in all honesty. So a 1-0 loss, very frustrating, but that's just how it is. And following that, we enter the new month. We're now into December, so we can take a look at our stats and accomplishments. As you can see, 6 goals and 4 assists in 14 games so far, and also we are a 76 rated playmaker now. We've gone up by 5 ratings since the start of this series, and we're looking pretty good. 20% overall progress in the accomplishments, 92 out of 527. Obviously we can't hit all of those 527 due to some of those being in positions we won't play in, like the goalkeeper position. But even so, a good start so far, and we're in 8th place despite the loss to Aston Villa, who have made a good start to the season, so we weren't too disappointed with that result. We are in 8th place, 4 wins, 6 draws and 3 defeats from 13 games, and a total of 18 points accumulated, so not a bad start whatsoever. So I'm pretty pleased. You know, don't forget we are a newly promoted team, so that's a pretty decent start in all honesty. And look at our traits. We've got the 3 we've unlocked on so far. That's long throw in, skilled dribbling and early crosser, and we've also got white ankle tape on as well. We unlocked that in the first couple of games and I just stuck it on because why not. And we take on Colchester United for the second of 3 games in today's episode here in a Capital One Cup quarter final clash. Now travelling to take on the League One side here again. I thought I might get a rest in this game. Obviously I played in the previous round against Palace, which was fair enough, but the round before that against Southend I thought I was going to be rested and I wasn't. And Sean Dyche just does not really believe in giving me rests. It's frustrating, but every game I'm fit for he's playing me, which is fine and everything, don't get me wrong, but my stamina does go down quite quickly due to being a right trigger abuser, and I would have felt that in this game I probably could have got a rest, but I did start and we did have the ball in the back of the net pretty early on. Danny Ings with the goal, however it was disallowed for offside. My long throw in caused a bit of chaos, and eventually after the shot hit the post, Danny Ings turned it in, but it was disallowed, and correctly so, for offside, even though we didn't really get to see it because the replay just skipped over. But it was still goalless, and to be honest it was a really poor game. 10 minutes before the end though, George Boyd takes it around his man and crosses the ball to the far post, and Michael Kitely is denied by a very good save by Walker, and it is still Colchester 0, Burnley 0, and from that resulting corner it's eventually crossed into the box towards the far post as Walker goes for it and leaves it. It's headed away at the far post by Matt Briggs on loan from Millwall. It comes to Kieran Trippier. Trippier gives it to me. I play a lovely ball back out wide here and find Ward. Ward collects the ball. He's looking for a runner. He plays it back inside. It comes to me after Marnie gives it to my feet. I give it to George Boyd and Boyd's strike goes wide of the post. So So final score was 0-0. A frustrating game in all honesty. You know, with us being heavy favourites coming to this game, we just didn't really do enough to show that we should be favourites. Really, it was quite balanced in all honesty. Colchester may not have had too many chances, but they were containing us quite well. And in the 93rd minute here in extra time, Michael Kitely's cross into the box finds Boyd at the far post, and it's an absolute sitter by George Boyd. How on earth he missed the target from there, I got no idea, but it was still 0-0. And in extra time, as you can see, we did start to come alive. We'd already had a couple of shots on the board, and it was still 0-0 though. And from the goal kick, it's played forward. Eventually it comes to Michael Kitely, he gives it to me. I'm waiting for a runner and play a fantastic ball out wide towards George Boyd. Boyd crosses the ball to the far post, and again it's another really good chance, and Michael Kitely's volley balloons into the stands. And the final score was Colchester 0, Burnley 0. A very, very, very frustrating game in all honesty. I felt as though we should have done much better than we did. In extra time, we decided to show a little bit more urgency, but for the most part, we just weren't in the game enough, you know, especially in the first 90 minutes. But it did go to a penalty shootout, so very frustrated about it, but penalties would separate the League One side and Premier League opposition. And, you know, watching the AI players take penalties and the AI obviously controlling the goalkeeper for the shootout as well, I honestly didn't know who was going to win it, because even though you probably put your money on us to win it, obviously with the shootout being a complete lottery, I kept on thinking that for some reason we were going to, you know, blaze all our penalties over the bar for some reason, and Colchester would walk away from it. But it was 100% from the spot for every single player after 6 penalties taken. Not a single player had even looked like they were going to miss. Even Ashley Barnes, who smacked the ball in off the underside of the crossbar, was pretty confident with it. Eventually though, I would take my first penalty in a shootout and I would score as well, so thank goodness for that. I was really worried I was going to miss in the shootout, but I did score, and it was 4-4. But not a single player looked capable of missing, and not, you know, either of the goalkeepers just didn't look like they were ever going to make a save. It was still even as we were going to sudden death, and Fox stood up to take the first penalty in sudden death, and finally there is a miss because Matt Gilks makes the save and gives Marnie the chance to send us through to the Capital One Cup semi-finals, and he puts the ball straight down the middle and Walker just catches the ball with ease. So still 5-5, and sudden death will remain. It's then a chance for Colchester's number 8 to stand up and take his penalty, and he does the same thing, but it's straight at Matt Gilks, and it's still 5-5. That gives Ward the chance to win us the shootout and send us through to the Capital One Cup semi-finals. Would he put it down the middle? No, he won't. It's not the best of penalties, but the goalkeeper stands still, and Ward has a simple finish. So 6-5 from the penalty shootout. We are through to the Capital One Cup semi-finals. 2 wins away from Wembley. Delighted to get ourselves through. The draw's been pretty kind to us so far, to be honest, but I'm looking forward to seeing who we'll face in the semi-finals. And we then take on Queen's Park Rangers for the third and final game of today's episode, as we travel to Loftus Road to take on one of the sides who did come up with us from the Championship last season. As you can see, QPR, just like us, have made a pretty decent start to the season, but we haven't scored a goal in a couple of games. We haven't won in a few games. We really do need to get back to winning ways, but with QPR making a pretty decent start, is the wait for a win going to continue, or are we going to get our first 3 points in quite a few games here at Loftus Road? Watch the runner through the middle, watch the runner through the middle, watch the runner through the middle. Watch the runner through the middle. QPR take the lead. Leroy Thur with the goal, but it was the man in the middle that got the assist, Zarate. And if he was watched properly by the defence, that wouldn't have happened. I mean, I'm not really the one that should be complaining about poor defending, considering how bad I usually am, but even so, right there, seriously, easy. That's such an easy goal for QPR to score. So easy. Oh, it's a poor pass. Yeah, Arfield. To me. Backwards. Good passing. Come on. Come on, good build up, wonderful build up. Oh, great save, McCarthy. That's better. That's what we need. That was much better there. Wow, that was unbelievably frustrating. I've barely had the ball at my feet. The possession has been heavily in QPR's favour. This has been one hell of an irritating game. Nothing is going right. The teammates aren't responding to it. There's no urgency. There's no care at all. It's just been unbelievably frustrating. Need to sort this out in the second half. Kitely's on for Boyd. Maybe that will help a little bit. But I can't really see anything changing unless the manager shows a bit more urgency with the team tactics, to be honest. Oh, Barnes! Oh my goodness gracious me. Ashley Barnes almost scoring directly from kickoff. Hitting the post. That's exactly what we needed. Fast start. Let's do this. Come on. Keep hold of the ball. One more pass. Don't shoot this. One more pass. Keep going. Keep going. Right here. That's my turn. I'm round my man. I'm round my man. Who's in the centre? Oh my goodness, it's right across the edge of the area. There's no one to turn it in. Someone's got to get on the end of that. I've just got 4-star skill moves, which is nice, but I want someone to get on the end of the cross and tap it in. Still a chance here. Let's try and flick that ball and then cross. In we go. Someone on the end of it. There's the header and it's off the bar. Oh my goodness gracious me. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting closer and closer, but still QPR lead. This ball's coming to me, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Let's flick it backwards. Have a dig. First time. Oh, good save by McCarthy. We are putting a lot more shots on. We are trying our best to get back on level terms. This is a far better start to the second half. The first half was shocking. This is much better. Get in the area, someone. Go on, it's a good ball inside and it's cleared away. We're going to keep retaining possession. It's all us in the first quarter of an hour. It's all us. It's all Burnley. All we need to do is take one of the chances. Yeah, to me. Oh, come on. I'm around. I'm going to shoot this one. I'm going to shoot this one. Oh, and I shouldn't have shot that one. Oh, what a chance. Yeah, I'll have that here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get in the box, Ashley Barnes is getting drilled into the centre. Oh, and again, it's a really wicked ball into that 6-yard box. But no one's on the end of it. In comes the cross. Ashley Barnes flicks it back. Volley, and it's straight at McCarthy. Come on, shut him down. I don't want to see QPR win the game later on. We could still have one more chance. Come on, so, oh, just come on. Come on. It should not be this hard to win the ball back, guys. Come on. Right, let's crossfield that ball and go. Let's go. Come on. Can we get one more chance? I'm done. Like, my game's over. I can't do anything. Let's go up to the teammates now because I got no energy whatsoever. In it goes. Cleared away. Can we get one more chance? We've got a man out wide. Hey, I'm through the middle if you need. Arfield inside. Martin. Still a chance. Flicked on. Flick backwards. Not clear. I'm having it on the edge here. Run inside, have a dig, have a dig, have a dig. It's blocked, still a chance, it's come to me. I'd say with a goalkeeper and it's turned in stoppage time. Lucas Jukovic off the bench scores it. The goalkeeper parries and the substitute turns it in. Oh my goodness, such a frustrating game. And we scored the equaliser in stoppage time. Oh, thank goodness for that. Seriously, this has been unbelievably annoying and that is the worst celebration ever. He doesn't look happy at all, but we scored ourselves the equaliser in stoppage time, and we are going to claim a point. Look at my stamina. Look at my stamina. There's nothing there. I don't even have one for energy. I'm all over the place right now. Dear oh dear, I had to get deep to start that attack up, but finally we got ourselves the goal. Imagine if we throw it away right from kickoff. Nope, it's away, and there is the final whistle. So, oh my goodness, what a frustrating game. Seriously, I mean, the point is deserved. I felt we had a lot of good chances in the first quarter of an hour of the second half, but dear oh dear, so irritating. It really was. The teammates weren't responding. I myself didn't have the best of halves in the first half. I played a little better in the second half, but even so, it was a frustrating game all around, to be honest. A draw, a fair result. The wait for a league win continues. We haven't won since I think it was the West Ham game now. I can't remember. Quite a few games ago now. But even so, we did get ourselves a very credible point, and we'll have to take that. Again, QPR only had one shot in the entire game and scored from it. That was Leroy Fur's goal. Dear oh dear, frustrating, very frustrating, but I'm very pleased we did manage to get a point. So that's going to end the episode. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry if I shouted into the microphone late on there, but thank you very much for watching the episode, guys. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, and in the next episode we'll come back with games against Southampton, Spurs, and possibly Newcastle.